Hi, it's Nick from Nick's Nutrition and welcome back. As you can see, I'm in a slightly different background and that's because I've actually moved house. If you'd like to see an updated what's in my fridge video or what's in my cupboards, then do give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, or I can even do a kitchen tour video if that's what you'd like. In this video, I know that lots of people have been going to barbecues or buffets or summer parties, so I wanted to give you a few tips on how to stay slim throughout the summer festive season. So my first tip is that when you arrive to a barbecue or a buffet is to scout out the foods that are on offer and decide in advance what you're going to spend your calories on and what your indulgences are going to be. For someone with a savoury tooth, you might want to decide to, first of all, load upon the green salads, lean proteins, and then maybe spend your calories wisely on creamy carbohydrates or a few fried foods or the heavier calorie dips. For me though, I've got a sweet tooth, so I like to keep my main course fairly lean, so lots of green salads and protein, but then I like to save my calories or my indulgences for the dessert. So the 80-20 rule is as long as you're eating 80% healthy, you can indulge the other 20% on whatever you want, whether it's the savoury kind or, for me, the sweet kind. If smaller plates are available, then go grab a small plate, just because if it's a bigger plate, you're more likely to put more food on and could end up overeating. When it comes to deciding where to sit, research has shown, well, some research has shown that slimmer people tend to sit further away from the buffet, so at least 10 feet away, and tend to face away from the buffet. This makes sense just because food is less likely to be on your mind if you're facing away from it. If you want more information about different research strategies that have been done on how slim people act, there's a really good book that I can recommend by a guy called Brian Wansink, and it's called Slim by Design, so I'll link it down below. He is a food psychologist and behavioural economist, and I first read one of his books a few years ago called Mindless Eating, so I'll also link that blog post down below where I talk more about it. So back to the buffet options. If you're unsure of what to go for because you don't know what's in the foods, simply ask the server or the waiter, what are your lighter options, or what are the most complimented lighter options that you have on offer, and they should be more than happy to help you out, or they can always go ask the chef who knows what's in the foods to point out what might be the lighter options for you. It tends to be though the greener options, and the creamier white options tend to be higher in calorie. There are some exceptions though, say things have been made with like a lighter mayonnaise, but that is a generally good rule. Always go for greens, especially if you're going for seconds as well. When it comes to drinks, try and go for taller, slimmer glasses because it creates the illusion that you've got more there in it to drink, so especially if you're drinking alcohol. Some research has shown that basically when you pour two fluids into a glass, if you've got a tall slim one or a shorter fatter one, you're more likely to pour more into the shorter fatter one. So if you're trying to reduce the amount of, say, alcohol you drink, and go for taller slim glasses, and if you're trying to drink more water, go for shorter, wider glasses. One really useful tip, especially if you're at parties, is to keep your hands occupied. So girls, if you've got a clutch bag, great, or guys, if you can have a phone in your hand and maybe drink in the other. That means that when it comes to maybe picking up a nibble, you have to consciously put whatever it is in your hand down and then eat. The problem is if you've got free hands at a party, ready to just nibble on whatever you want, you could end up mindlessly overeating. So basically eating when you're not really hungry or you're not even really realising it. Remember, the reason why you're at the party is to basically enjoy the company, enjoy the celebrations. So focus on that, focus on the conversation rather than the food. The food should be there as an added extra. One final tip is that if you are sat down enjoying your meal, pace yourself with a slow eater. I know that I, for one, can eat my food quite quickly. So if you really focus on slowing down, putting your knife and fork down between mouthfuls instead of eating really quickly, which is, I know what I tend to do. Pace yourself with a slow eater and say, I'm not going to finish my plate until they have done. It takes your brain 20 minutes to recognise that you're eating, so hopefully by slowing down, you'll be more satisfied with a smaller amount of food. So I really hope that you found this video useful. I want to say a massive thank you to Yorkshire Sailing Club who allowed me to film their barbecue buffet, which was amazing. It was a spread put on by Rural Recipes. I'll put more information down below as well as pictures on my blog, and I would love to hear if you've got any other healthy comments for how to handle the summer barbecue and buffet season.